Report the budget committee, Mr. Stafford.
Budget committee met in two sessions. The first one was April the 24th at 6 p.m. in the upstairs conference room. The second budget minutes were on March the 6th, 7 p.m. upstairs conference room. I make a motion that both of these be received and filed.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed?
Resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Wilson County, Tennessee to amend budget and appropriation resolutions for 2013-2014 fiscal year to make an additional appropriation in the capital project fund. I move that resolutions 1423 be passed.
Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, are you ready to vote? Please cast your vote. Please record. 24 yes and 1 absent. Resolution passes.
Resolution 1433, resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Wilson County, Tennessee, establishing the rate of compensation for the Wilson County attorney. Mr. Mayor, fellow commissioners, I move this resolution be approved.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, are you ready to vote? Please cast your vote. Please record. 21 yes, 3 no, 1 absent. Resolution passes.
14-3-4, resolution of county. My women let me down. It's an inside joke, y'all. I gotta tell you. We always vote against Mike Jennings. Even though we love him to death, we just have to give him a hard time. So my women kind of let me down. A female cop is supposed to vote for me, and they changed.
Give them all the overhead that goes with the law office, I drive my own car, everything that goes with running the law.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, are you ready to vote? Please cast your vote. Please record. 21 yes, 3 no, 1 absent. Resolution passes.
14-3-5, resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Wilson County, Tennessee to amend the budget and appropriate resolutions for the 2013-2014 fiscal year by approving the Wilson County School Board of Education General Purpose School Program Fund Budget Amendment 2014-03. I move this resolution be received, approved.
Here a second. Got a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, are you ready to vote? Please cast your vote. Commissioner Brock? Please record. 21 yes, 3 no, and 1 absent. Resolution passes.
14-3-6, resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Wilson County, Tennessee to amend the budget and appropriate resolutions for the 2013-2014 fiscal year by approving the Wilson County Board of Education General Purpose School Program Fund Budget Amendment 2014-04. Mr. Mayor, I move this resolution be approved.
Second. Motion is second. Any discussion? Seeing none, are we ready to vote? Please cast your vote. Commissioner Munch? Please record. 4 yes, 1 absent. Resolution passes.
14-3-7, resolutions of the Board of County Commissioners of Wilson County, Tennessee to approve the attached proposal of the improvement of State Route 109 from Dry Fork Creek to south of Cumberland River. I move this be approved.
Any discussion? Commissioner Bradshaw?
It says the county will close or otherwise modify any roads. Is there any projected to be closed on 109 route?
Now, at this time, we're just working on access management studies, because we'll let all those driveways go into 109.
Right.
That committee is underway looking at that right now.
And I'm talking about public roads. Driveways.
My knowledge. Any other questions? Seeing none, are you ready to vote? Just cast your vote.
Please record the vote.
4 yes, 1 absent.
14-3-8, resolutions of the Board of County Commissioners of Wilson County, Tennessee, to approve the attached proposal of the improvement of State Route 109 from north of State Route 24 US 70 to south of Dry Fork Creek. Mr. Mayor, I move this be approved.
Any discussion? Seeing none, are you ready to vote? Please cast your vote. Please record. 24 yes, 1 absent.
Resolution 14-3-9, resolutions of the Board of County Commissioners of Wilson County, Tennessee, electing not to seek an increase in the sales tax in Wilson County, Tennessee. Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we refer this resolution to we have further discussion.
A motion and second discussion now, Mr. Claire.
Well, we defer it, we're not going to leave that note off in, right?
Not tonight, I feel like it's just me, it's
Well, I'm just
my,
saying, he was saying that we're not going to leave off in at all, right?
You've got a 40-day window to make that decision.
That's April the 13th, is the
So we'll have
deadline.
to have a special
Call
county
meeting.
commission, county commission.
yes.
Okay.
And I feel, I mean, you all decide to vote on it, however, I feel like we need to do that, because it seemed like to me there's too many questions on the floor. Everybody's got questions, I give them their opportunity to bring in more questions out at that time.
Can we do this to Commissioner Joint? I'm sorry, I'll come back to you. Commissioner Joint?
If we defer this, then we have a special call county commission meeting. It's going down, right?
Schedule episode.
So is that what you're proposing, is your deferral? We're going to have another special call county commission?
Yes, I am, I'm saying that, so like I said, we can have further conversation about it, because I think there's too many questions that we were asking Mr. Jennings that he might not even have some answers to, and I feel like before we gave it nay, I think we need to have further discussion.
Okay, when we're going to have this meeting?
I think we've got until April the 3rd, the 13th.
April 13th.
So we've got a meeting April the 3rd.
Yeah, meeting, normal budget education is April 10th.
Okay, so we've got April the 10th, we call a special call meeting on April 10th, same night we do our regular committee meetings. Did we do that?
Do whatever you got to do so many days notice.
We just need to know in our office 10 days prior so we can publish it in the paper.
Or you can recess this meeting tonight to April 10th.
Whichever you all prefer. It's fine.
Any more, Mr. Jones? Commissioner Claire? Commissioner Claire?
So can I, when she defers that, is that a motion?
That was a motion, I got a second, that's what's on the floor.
We got to vote on this before we do another hearing, right?
Right. He's already got to vote on the deferral first.
You can
You can amend it anytime you want.
amend it.
So I want to amend it that we have a meeting April the 10th.
On the third, have a special call commission meeting on April 10th.
Right.
So you're saying adjourn this meeting?
Well, you're saying it first, so I'm just amending to say that we have a special meeting on April the 10th.
We do have a follow-up meeting. Do I have a second to that amendment?
That's our regular committee meetings on that Thursday.
Do I have a second to that amendment?
Second.
Have a second?
We gotta have a meeting, right?
Well, we have our committee meetings normally that time anyway. That's 3 days before we have to opt in or opt out.
Yeah, but the committee can't pass this, the commission has.
No, right, I'm just saying, most of the commissioners will be here on a regular committee meeting
But if
night
we don't put in
anyway.
there that we're gonna have this meeting, then we're really SOL. We gotta say we're gonna have it in there, right?
Vote on the amendment to add to that, we're going to have a special call meeting on April the 10th. Does the time have to be specified this time?
Y'all can do a special call meeting if you'd like to. Special call meeting will limit you to whatever you put in the call, okay? But you may want to make your motion to say, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but to say that we have a meeting, a county commission meeting on April 10th. And then tonight, when you get ready to leave, recess that meeting till April 10th at a designated time. And that way, it's much easier to advertise, plus it leaves you some wiggle room.
I would like to change my amendment to state that we will have a county commission meeting on April the 10th.
Can answer that or just accept that amendment? I'm going to go in further.
Y'all lost me. We got a motion to defer, a second, and a motion now to amend to have to defer, to have a meeting.
Mike second.
You're saying we're going to defer, we're going to have a meeting, we'll recess this, we're going to have the rest of this meeting on Thursday at 7:30. The budget is 7, the budget is 7. It's now got questions in the hopper still on this one? Commissioner Murray?
Yeah, I'm somewhat confused, easy for me to get confused. But if we defer, it's in front of us, 1439, if we defer that, what effect does that have on the city of Lebanon meeting tonight?
Has none whatsoever.
No.
Even if you vote tonight, we were told, Mr. Warren, that it wouldn't be final until the 40th day is up on April the 13th. So what I'm hearing Commissioner Stafford say is that we're going to defer this resolution and talk about it probably in education and budget on April the 10th and have a commission meeting, the rest of our commission meeting on the 10th at 7:30. You'll make a decision.
So by deferring, we are not interfering with Lebanon government city business.
No.
Commissioner Patton? Commissioner Rich?
I'd like to know what answers we're gonna have then that we don't already have tonight.
Right.
I mean, I think it's pretty well been spoken tonight, the way it is. And I would like to, I don't see deferring something we've already got our answers to.
You've spoken up. There's going to be some people here that says, I want more time to think about it. That's all.
Maybe unless it's more time to think about it.
And that's really what I had, Ken, I had several people say they need a little more time to think about exactly what it is you're going to do.
Commissioner Marlowe?
I just want to make sure I'm voting for the vote. If we vote no on this, that means we're voting not to delay the vote or defer. We vote yes, we're going to defer. Thank you.
If you vote yes, we're going to vote to defer it from April the 10th. If you vote no, we're going to bring it back to the floor tonight. Are we ready to vote?
I have one more question.
Commissioner Rich?
See what I'm saying?
If we vote to defer this thing, can I make an amendment to this resolution to be looked at instead of, can I make an amendment to this resolution after we defer it?
Put an action on.
I'll have to do it that night.
Commissioner, I believe that's it. We're ready to vote? Yes to defer, no to bring it back to the floor. Please cast your vote. Yes to defer, no to bring it back to the floor tonight. Mr. Brock?
Come on, Jason.
Please record.
7 yes, 17
Comes back to the floor tonight. Your vote?
Call for the question on 1439.
If it's been put on the floor, then you make the original motion.
Have been on for you.
I remove my deferral.
You'll make the motion.
So we're back to the original motion.
Somebody needs to make, well, you never got to the original. Somebody needs to make it.
Okay. So I guess this vote now is opt in or opt out.
Did you make the motion?
No. She's going to read the resolution. The resolution stated from the Budget Committee. It was sent to you that the Budget Committee suggested that you opt out, and that's what you'll be voting on the resolution. If you vote yes, and you're going to opt out and not be a part of the sales tax. If you vote no, that's a good question.
Yeah, because I can see, let me say it the best way I see it. did sort of anticipate this one coming up, so I have in my packet a resolution to opt in if you decide to go that way. If the if the resolution to opt out gets defeated, it still doesn't mean you opt in automatically. You're going to have to come back to that second resolution and vote on it. If you don't vote either one of them, if neither one of them gets 13 votes, then it's either 11 or 6. You need 13 votes on one or the other.
And we could do that, let's say on the 10th, if we decided.
You voted it down at 7.
Okay, on the 9th.
Ask this question again.
So if that scenario comes through, like you said, that we don't necessarily opt in, we could still, between the 13th, on the 11th, the 9th, whatever, we could still come back and decide to opt in.
Based on what I heard the mayor say, that the election coordinator said we had 40 days.
Okay.
I'm going on that.
Commissioner Rich?
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna make a statement before I make an amendment. I am gonna make an amendment to this resolution. My statement is, first of all, if we opt in, it goes in front of the whole county. There's no way the county's gonna vote this in. There's no way the county's gonna vote sales tax in. If we opt out, then Lebanon is gonna vote on it themselves. It's a real good chance that Lebanon will pass it. I don't know. People that live this side of 109 shop in Lebanon. You spend your money in Lebanon, you're going to pay the sales tax in Lebanon. People the other side of 109 shop in Mount Judy. They still have their own sales tax. So if you opt out, you're still going to pay this tax when Lebanon votes it in, and the county's going to get nothing. Now, here's my amendment. Look at the last whereas. Last whereas, I want to amend this thing. Whereas the Budget Committee of Wilson County, Tennessee has unanimously, well, they can't do that, going to recommend that we opt in for a referendum to increase the local. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, we're not voting for a sales tax. We're voting to send this to a referendum of the people.
That's correct.
That's right.
Voted for a referendum.
If you want to vote,
I'm not an
okay, if you want to vote, the original vote tonight to be on opting in, then my suggestion would be you take this resolution I've got drafted and substitute it for this one. If you'd rather vote on the affirmative of opting in, rather than opting out. So it sounds like where you were headed with your amendment. Then I've got a resolution to move to substitute that amendment.
First thing we've got to do though, we got to read the resolution, get a motion in a second, and then we got to have discussion on it. And if you want to vote this one down, the one that says no, we're not going to opt in, if you want to vote it down, then we can bring the other ones, right?
He can move to substitute as an amendment, the one to opt in. And if he gets a second and 13 votes, then that becomes.
But it says, and if I do that, it goes to referendum, and it's don't say we're voting for a sales tax, we're voting for a referendum, right, Mike?
Let me make sure.
Make sure what it says. And I'm not voting for a sales tax.
Here's what the important part of it says. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Wilson County, Tennessee, acting pursuant to that state law, that we hereby call for a referendum in Wilson County for an increase in the local option sales tax from 2.25 to 2.7.
So we're leaving it up to the people.
Wilson County people, not
We're
just
leaving it up
Lebanon.
to Wilson County people. I'm gonna make a motion that we drop 14-3-9 and vote on this.
14-3-10, would that be correct? We got 10.
You don't know.
We got to vote on my,
Let me take their motion approach to it, saying I'm not trying to influence you either way, I just sort of anticipated this coming.
I got a motion on the floor to substitute the resolution. Do I have a second? I got a second. You wait, I've got discussion.
It's too much talk, I cannot hear what you're saying.
you might be hearing me.
I don't need to hear names, I just need people to be quiet and they're not going to be talking.
At this time, you can review the resolution Mr. Jennings is passing out, and once you do that, then we'll start back with questions. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got a question on the floor?
Microphone died, but that's fine. I don't want a special call election that we'll have to pay for as a city of Lebanon, and I would like very much for Mayor Dennis to put in here, if we're going to do this, we hereby call for a referendum in August in Wilson County, so we don't wind up tied to something the city of Lebanon is doing in May, and have to pay for it.
Can I accept this since I made a motion?
Yeah.
I accept this amendment.
Did you say your amendment again, please?
I think, amendment, this referendum, if we're going to do it, it can be done in August, and not a special referendum, we have to pay $100,000 to do it.
I
It'll be done in August.
accept the amendment.
You've got the resolution in front of you now, it's been substituted. We need to vote on that, but I've got 3 questions in the hopper first. Mr. Patton?
I was just wondering if we needed to take a 5 or 10 minute recess in order to, before we do this vote. Second, okay, yes.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. And opposed, you're back at 5 minutes. 828 voted in. If we opt out, in essence, what's causing some people heartburn is that if Lebanon votes it in and we opt out, there's $1.5 million on the table that education would not give. Mary ran those numbers today. If you opt in, it becomes a county-wide election for every person in this county to vote up or down, whether they want it or not, for every city that's in this county. And if it's passed, what that means to you as a budget number is $3.5 billion. Because of state law, we get half of all the sales tax. So that's the 2 issues that are there. What you're fixing to do is vote to let the people decide whether they want a sales tax or not. That's what is on the floor to be done in the August 2014 general election, if you choose to do that. If that fails, then I'm assuming, Mr. Jennings, that we have voted to opt out. Because if this one doesn't pass to opt in, we must be opting out.
There's 2 ways you can opt out. You either vote affirmatively to opt out, or you can do nothing. And if you don't vote to opt in, and you do nothing else, then
So what the resolution we got, and I think the recess was great. I think the deferment was probably as good because there are a lot of questions about this. I mean, what Mr. Maynard had talked to me about today was on the back side of this. Let's say you say, no, we don't want to opt in because we don't want to vote for a sales tax increase. Well, we're not voting for it, we're letting the people vote. But it maybe looks like that's what we're doing. On the back side of that, if educational needs are great, you have to raise taxes, and the people out in the county that are paying the higher sales tax in Lebanon and not getting any of it also will have their taxes increased. So I think that's a concern that I've heard from some people today. But as it is right now, the resolution on the floor that's been substituted by Commissioner Rich and seconded by, I don't know who. Who seconded the motion to substitute the amendment? He was, Commissioner Walker did. And he amended that to say that it would happen during the August 2014 general election. That's what's on the floor right now. I've got 6 people in the hopper to be heard, and then we'll vote. Commissioner Brock?
I talked to Commissioner Rich about amending the title. I talked to Commissioner Rich about amending the title of the actual ordinance. I don't know if he's going to accept that or make his own motion, but it basically states electing to seek an increase in the sales tax in Wilson County. I'd like it to say electing to send a referendum instead of a sales tax. Therefore, no.
Say it again, Judge.
We talked about it and how we wanted to word it. The actual title.
That's what I was going to talk about.
I'll let you do it.
Let you go ahead, Commissioner Reed.
All right, the heading to this, I want to change the heading to say resolution to the Board of County Commissioners of Wilson County, Tennessee, electing to send to referendum an increase in the sales tax from, and it's got it down here, I don't even have to say that, an increase in the sales tax in Wilson County, Tennessee. Send to referendum an increase in sales tax. In August, we've already.
That would be the title, what we're voting on, we don't need to do anything extra there. Okay.
We're not voting for a sales tax increase. I don't want anybody to think we're voting for a sales tax increase. We're voting to send this to a referendum of the people of Wilson County whether they want the sales tax increase.
Okay,
What is that?
So we're saying that it's gonna go through in the August election.
Correct.
Because I mean, that's, one of my problems is, we had that previous meeting where we expanded the school board, and we were gonna say we were gonna appoint these people for 3 or 4 years.
I've got something I'm gonna bring on that too, so.
I just wanted to make sure that, we do.
Okay, let's stay where we're at, we'll get to that in a minute. Mr. Bradshaw?
What Mr. Rich or attorney has presented to us, we still need to vote whether to accept. We had this original on the table. We've got a first and a second. We need to vote whether to accept this, to put this on the table. First of all,
We are going to do that, we just got to, I'm sorry.
Yes. No. You made a motion to amend to substitute this new resolution.
Okay.
And a second. And the amendment was accepted. So now you are on the substituted resolution. No payment involved.
Does it have the same number?
Yeah.
It will have the same number, but it'll say substitute, 14-3-9 substitute.
Mr. Glover?
So I guess what we're doing is wanting to increase our sales tax.
Oh.
There's a problem. No, I'm saying, I know it's going to referendum, but basically saying that we're okay on money right now, but we want to go ahead and increase our sales tax.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just making a statement, I understand how all this works. But I voted against the property tax increase, what, 3 years ago. But, and I'm not for the cities either. This is, we're kind of fighting on something, trying to automatically raise taxes.
I don't think that we're trying to raise taxes. I think what we're doing is send it to a referendum and allow the people to
No, I understand
decide.
I vote no to raise taxes.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we all want to know.
I didn't vote to raise
I'm
taxes,
not
any
either.
way, shape, form, or fashion.
No, I'm not
And
either.
I think the issue was brought to the table because of Lebanon initiating sales tax increase. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been on our floor to begin with. Commissioner Thomas?
So we have a new resolution with the same number, correct? Okay, so since we have a new resolution, I'm going to go the same route as Ms. Stafford did. I would like to move to defer this. Give us a meeting. I think it's prudent to get schools in with this too. Let us know some numbers that we're going to be meeting. Yeah, I think it's just rash if we go ahead and just do it like this. Well, don't do it then. Vote like that, but that's my motion and that's what I should do.
We've got a motion to defer, I hear a second to defer. Do I hear the second to defer? Got a second from Commissioner Heath to defer. Any other discussion? Commissioner McFarland?
I understand what the commissioner said about kind of inference there that we're voting A for sales tax. I want to make perfectly clear that we're not voting for sales. If you say it, you answered my question early on, why I've got a chance to answer. We're not voting for sales tax, we're voting for the people to decide what they want to do, and we will do it in August. And this is thrust upon by the city elected to have to make this decision.
Commissioner Bush?
Mr. Chairman, I wonder if what we're doing here is usurping the power of the city, of the voters of the city of Lebanon. As you rightly said a few moments ago, the whole reason this is here is because what the city of Lebanon is considering to do. If in fact we opt in and Mr. Rich's view of the county vote is correct, then what we have done is taken away the right of the city, of the citizens of the city of Lebanon to manage their own taxes.
Commissioner Joy?
That last statement is not true at all. If this passes, if this fails in the county, then the city can come right behind it and have another referendum. Only on the city, but because the county can't opt in then, because we've already said we're not going to do it. So, if we opt in, it may be putting the city off for 6 months, but it is not keeping them, it's not keeping them from raising taxes.
I think city voted on this last year.
And I got one other thing I want to say. It never ceases to amaze me how 1 month we want people to vote on something, and the next month we don't. You'll never go wrong by letting your people vote on something. I mean, we up here talking about the school board members, everybody out here wants people to vote on the school board members. Now, we got some folks, they don't think you need to vote on things. I'm gonna let my people vote on it, that's where I'm gonna vote. You can't have your cake and eat it too, that's what it is. But anyway, the thing about it is let the people vote on it. You can't go wrong with them, let the people vote on it.
Seeing no, Commissioner Keith?
One thing that nobody's mentioned tonight, as far as the city of Lebanon, Mayor Briggy plans to take a portion of this if it passes within the city and actually reduce property taxes within the city. So it's not all raising taxes, it's reducing taxes in the city. And I guess anybody else can do the same if they want.
Seeing no other questions in the hopper, we're going to vote on the motion by Mr. Clint Thomas and second by Commissioner Keith to defer this. All in favor say aye. Aye. And opposed? No. Okay, so let's do a roll call. Motion to defer, vote yes. If you don't want to, vote no. Please cast your vote.
Well, we did, but this is
This is on the substitute.
Oh, this is on substitute.
No, this is the motion.
No,
Motion to defer the substitute resolution.
To defer the substitute.
Roll call.
Yes, to defer the substitute.
You're voting on the substitute resolution. A motion to defer that one. Commissioner Rowland? Yes means defer, no means to send it back. 22 no, 2 yes. It fails. Now we're back to the original resolution on the floor. Seeing no other questions, are you ready to vote? Remember, you're voting yes to let the people vote in August on a sales tax increase countywide.
Can I read it again, please?
Yes, ma'am.
14-3-9. Resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Wilson County, Tennessee, seeking to a referendum in the sales tax for Wilson County, Tennessee. I took out the word increase. I put referendum in that space. Is that correct? Seeking a referendum.
Send to the referendum. Send to the referendum.
Send to. Electing to send to referendum the sales tax in Wilson County, Tennessee is your motion.
You've got to include the increase.
And,
You've already got to.
It's already in the body.
yeah, it is.
You've got to.
I mean, it's in the body, it's not in the head.
The way that I have it prepared to go in the minutes. See what is up on the screen.
Okay, 14-3-9, substitute elected to send to referendum an increase in the sales tax in the Wilson. Hold on, we got one more, I can't find it.
That's 2 more. 10 or 11.
Okay.
You can't do 11 until you do your vote. No, you don't think you do 10 now.
14-3-10, resolution of Board of County Commissioners of Wilson County, Tennessee, to approve and accept the bond of the Wilson County Interim Director of Schools. I move this resolution.
Second.
Second, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Are there any old business? And new business? Legislative ad hoc, and then we'll come back to the public hearing, okay? I forgot you. New business, legislative ad hoc, excuse me.
You don't want to do public hearing first?
It's not on the agenda like that.
Let me come up there.
Yes, please.
I know it's going to take so long tonight, but I'll do this as quick as I can. We laid down on your cubby there, that's what we call it, cubby. Your workbench. Some information concerning some legislation that's going through right now, and I just want to go through these real quickly, and I want y'all to tell me if you want us to communicate with our legislators, whether to be for or against any of this. The first one is House Bill 2103 requires the State Election Commission to provide electronic registration, in other words, online voter registration. That's House Bill 2103. House Bill 1481 prohibits local government employees from serving on the legislative body. House Bill 1862 requires the compensation of general officers to be set by a resolution adopted by a majority vote of the county legislative body prior to the election of such officers, and to only compensate their services by salaries established by the county. I think at this time, some by referendum. House Bill 1976. Talked to Mickey about this one, that the board is, the resolution here is saying that school systems only have to report their attendance on the second and third reporting period. Right now, I think it's 2, 3, 5, and 7. So the 5th reporting period and 7th reporting period would be taken out. That would be bad for Wilson County, because Wilson County grows all year long. It doesn't like a lot of the small school systems. They grow up until around Christmas, and then they don't grow anymore. Wilson County's not like that. They grow all the way through. So if this House Bill 1976 passes, there's a good chance we'll get less funds from the state. House Bill 1324. This has to do with authorizing any party to appeal to the local circuit court an action of water and wastewater treatment authority. In short, as it stands right now, those areas outside of the certain zones that what am I trying to say? Utility zone can be covered, or the services can be provided by the Water and Wastewater Authority. But if this passes, there's a chance that any city, either one of the cities, like in our county, Lebanon or Mount Juliet, if it's in between Lebanon and Mount Juliet, it would give them the right to service that area, even though it's not in their city limits. There is an amendment to this, and I'm not going to read it to you. What it really says that if they can't agree, that it can go before it can be appealed to our local circuit court for final decision. House Bill 2042 allows credit for local government that appropriates funds to education for non-recurring expenditures. We received, I don't know if y'all did, I did, received a note from our state county group, I can't think, I've lost it. But Tennessee County Services Association, there it is. They are strongly opposing this because this bill deletes the provision that exempts those expenditures from sharing with other school systems in the county. We do have 2 school systems now, and the Tennessee County Services Association says, please oppose this because this would be bad for county government. There was one other one that I forgot to put on the list. House Bill 1407, as introduced, permits a person with a handgun carry permit to carry a firearm in any state, county, or municipal park. They can't do that now, and I don't know how law enforcement feels about it, but I don't know if I want a guy carrying a gun at Mount Juliet Little League Park because they get mad at the referees, I mean the umpires, and I don't know if that would be good. So, no, I'm not an umpire, I'm just a granddad. I'm a coach. They get mad at the coaches too. And I think that's...
What was the one on the clock? What was the opt-out one?
Senate Bill 1984, House Bill 1828.
Yeah, 1828 prohibits the state from adopting the partnership for park assessment and from requiring local education agencies from administering the park assessment. It has nothing to do with Common Core, it's just to do with park. Okay, what I'm asking y'all is somebody could make the motion for us to be in favor of these or to oppose these, or you can take them one at a time, it's up to you. But I just want what Eugene and I, we're co-commissioner, co-chairpersons on this committee, and what we're looking for is guidance from you whether or not we should communicate with our legislators whether we're for or against any of these bills that have come up.
For instance, the House Bill 1481, Senate Bill 1513 that prohibits employees from seeking to serve as county commissioners. That doesn't affect any of us, but it does affect future commissioners. And I don't think we need to restrict them to this. If they're a county employee, they can serve on a county commission, I think. So I'd like to see this commission send a note to this body, telling them we do oppose that.
So with that, I would like to see that we oppose House Bill 1828, talking about the PAR program, because that's going to cost the county $1.6 million for the next couple of years, regardless if we accept it or not. So I'd like to see if there's any kind of way we can be opted out of the PAR, which is House Bill 1828.
Okay, is there another one you want to oppose?
I've got a question. On all these that you named off, are there any amendments to any of these right now as we speak?
I haven't checked the last few days.
That could change the entire deal. Okay.
You gonna vote on these?
There was one other that we looked at,
Yes.
House Bill 2360.
Some of them are going to be voted on Wednesday.
There was another we looked at, House Bill 2360, which places an $8 privilege tax on bail bonds, and that would benefit the county somewhat. Something you might want to look at. House Bill 2360.
Okay, the one that, and Jeff, could you speak a little bit concerning House Bill 1324, concerning water and wastewater authority?
That bill, you know, the cities and the county also have our growth areas. The county growth areas around Glable we went through this reapportioning, what was it, 2010? And so the cities were able to expand their growth areas. Well, the utility districts, for the city of Lebanon, for the city of Mount Jesus, and the water wastewater authority, they also have growth areas or boundaries. And what this bill does is, it allows the cities to come in to the water and wastewater authorities area and just take over. In other words, in their growth area. So what that does is, like, if you have a subdivision that's on the water and wastewater authority, if it eventually gets into the city's growth area and is annexed in by the city, then the city will have to pay for that, all the infrastructure that the water and wastewater authority did, but the water and wastewater authority will lose their ability to make money off of that. And what the water and wastewater authority does is, of course, everybody knows about the step system. But what they also do is they run water through these rural roads in the districts in the county. You know, we have a lot of folks up there around this area that don't have water, don't have city water. Sometimes they have to haul water, sometimes they pump water from pond to pond. So it's important that the water and wastewater authority stays financially solvent, because that's the way we expand water to those folks up there. So I think it's sort of a slippery slope when somebody can just come in. They have to pay for your infrastructure that you've already got. But you say in 10 years, they're going to come in there and pay for what it costs to put that in. But in 10 years, that system will be paid for when everything's coming in as profit. So I think it's taking the ability away from the water and wastewater authority to be able to expand the city water.
I do not want to take any more time than necessary in doing this. What I could do, if y'all would be willing to do so, we have three choices. We can make a decision tonight what you would support and not support. You can email me and or Mr. Murray and give me your feelings concerning what's in front of you, or you can just rely on the legislative ad hoc committee to decide. So if y'all give me some guidance, I'd appreciate it.
I think individually, is that within our rules, Mike, that we could call them, since it's a state legislation, and say, this is what I support or don't support?
You can say individually what you support,
Right.
but you can't speak as a body that way.
No, I can call him or Eugene individually. Is that what you're saying?
You can't. But you can't take a vote of the commission that way.
Right.
And how more, wouldn't it have more veto or more powerful if we voted as a commission? So you as a commission, this is how we feel as a body?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a lot that we're talking bills. It's a lot to absorb and go through this.
Yeah, they're going to vote on some this Wednesday.
They're going to vote on the
Legislative
legislature.
I'm just saying it's a lot to hear this right here today.
Commissioner Rich?
I make a motion, we leave it up to the legislature ad hoc committee that we have elected to do what they feel like is the right thing.
Second.
Any discussion? Commissioner Abercrombie?
I agree with what Kenny and Mr. Rich said right there, but I would like to amend that to read a special emphasis on 1824.
Absolutely.
I second.
As for or against?
For.
Okay.
That's really all.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yeah, so, just to clarify, Kenny, so you want the commission to send whatever it so chooses in regards to these, in our name.
That's what the motion was.
Okay. Look, I brought this committee up so that we can do this as a body and a group. I think it just sets a bad precedent when we let a group, a subgroup, and I'm on the committee, so, I mean, I think it's a bad idea to do that. I think if we want to go over something, if we want to approve something, we do it here. Because we could pass something down there that you just hate, Mr. Keith, or Terry, or Paul, and, your name's on it because it's the commission. There's nothing that says that you disapprove this, or you don't approve of it.
And I know what you're talking about, Clayton, but if I thought it made a nickel's worth of difference to them on the way we voted, I would want to vote on it.
We're just telling them that, we trust.
But I don't think the way we vote's gonna make a nickel's worth of difference to them anyway.
Commissioner Bradshaw? Yeah, question. Mr. Bradshaw?
Yes.
Commissioner Patton?
Yes. I would like to see us vote on them individually. We've been here for 2 hours. I don't think we can spend 2 minutes on 10 resolutions on I'd like to make a motion that we do it individually, just go quickly and just refer, get yea or nay, just give them our approval.
We got a motion and a second on the floor right now, so I'd have to vote on it first, I can come back to you. Commissioner Seaver? Same thing. Motion and second on the floor is to let the ad hoc committee make their recommendation to our legislature. All in favor say aye. Aye. And opposed? No. That's good.
I withdraw my motion.
Okay. We can do a voice vote. If you want to run through them individually.
If you'll look at the list then, we'll go through them as quickly as possible, and you'll be say aye. You'll do vote.
You can do the vote.
All right. The first one, online voter registration, for or against. Okay, if you're for it, say aye. Aye. If you're against, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. If you're for online voter registration, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Well, that's a yes. Prohibits local government employees from serving on legislative body. If you are against this, please raise your hand. Okay.
I'd like to see a roll call on that.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that good?
I call for it.
How'd the vote go?
No,
There's 11-4.
I request that it be division.
We can do them by roll call. She's typing, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Do we keep going while she's typing that one?
Oh, no.
Huh?
We'll just go individually.
All right.
House Bill 1489. House Bill 1489.
Prohibits local government employees from serving legislative.
So if you vote yes, what does that mean?
You're prohibited.
Yes means you're for it, no means you're against.
No, that's for me.
Oh, yeah,
You vote.
Yes, you're prohibited from any county, you vote no.
Okay. You know what you're voting on?
Yes.
Because they're law.
If you vote yes, a county employee cannot be on the commission. If you vote no, they can't be on the commission.
But it goes further than that too. City, same with cities as well.
I try to make it simple.
I know, but it's included.
Please cast your vote. Mr. Stafford. Mr. Ash. Mr. Rocker. Mr. Rowland.
Unless everything is filled in.
If I knowed it was you, I wouldn't have said that.
Well, nobody said in that seat, how do you think you got to?
Please record.
And yes, 13, no, 2 abstain.
Go to the next.
So it passed.
House Bill 1862. Mr. Marlowe, you want to give us a short synopsis of this? House Bill 1862.
I don't know enough about this, and the committee did bring it up and wanted to talk about it. It's where, if I understand it correctly, you read this? Go ahead. If I read correctly, as of right now, the state determines the salaries of certain officials, like the sheriff, like the mayor. But if this passes, the county court would make the decision of what those individuals would pay.
County court as in us, or
Yes.
county court?
We're the county court.
We do the budget.
If you're in favor of that, you can vote yes. If you're not, vote no. Choose close. And I would say, let's do this for the sake of time. On the rest of these, if you feel strongly about any of them, make a motion that we move in that direction, let our legislators know. If you don't, then leave the rest of them alone. I mean, there's not a need to go through every one of them unless you want to. This group has brought these to your attention, and that's as far as that goes. Mr. Bradshaw?
What was one you added on about guns in the park? How did it read?
Permits a person with a handgun permit to carry a firearm in any state, county, or municipal park or other recreation areas.
I oppose that because we, the cities, I know, I think the county did too, had the option to in or out. So I oppose that overall blanket.
Moving forward with that, if anybody wants to join in with that, give me a show of hands if you're opposing to make it go any faster. You oppose handguns in the park, but that,
Yeah, so the city
we're split on that too. Okay, never mind, can't help you. Ready to vote? So last time we did.
18. That's county mayors. 1862.
Please cast your vote.
Which one is this one?
This is 1862. This is where you're going to allow, you vote yes, if I'm saying right, Mr. Marlowe. You're voting yes to let the county court make the decision on the salaries. You vote no, the state sets it. So yes, you set the salaries, no, the state sets it. Mr. Bush, Mr. Duncan, please record.
Yes, and no, 4 abstain, 1 absent.
Anything else out there? Commissioner Bradshaw tried one, it did pass. Anybody else out there got something you want to feel strongly about?
House Bill 1824. 1824.
Just stay with 1824, which says, make a motion for me.
I move that you recommend that the election students.
For elected school superintendent, got a motion here, got a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. And opposed?
No.
4 or 5? I think that's passed. Anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we opt out of House Bill 1828. That's, putting that PAR program on us, we do, we kind of have to supply 1828. And at some point in time, we've had to supply $1.6 million to make sure we lock into this, computer testing.
Asking the state to opt out of the parks.
Yes.
Does that mean we keep Common Core?
I haven't got nothing to do with Common Core.
Thank you.
Got nothing to do with
Didn't have anything to do with Common Core. That was
All in favor of opting out of park, prohibited from the state from adopting park, raise your hand. Motion carries. Anything else you want to vote on? Hearing none, thank you, Mr. Marlowe. I will say this for the record, we've got two things left to do before we come to you. Sometimes I know this seems tough in here, but there's a lot of tough decisions to be made, and I appreciate you taking the time to do that. The meeting's long tonight, but I do appreciate you making the effort to make some tough decisions. Yes, sir.
Let me say that I appreciate you appointing me to this standing meeting, with ad hoc committee as far as legislation is concerned. I've really enjoyed serving with these men, Commissioner Marlowe, Commissioner Jones, Commissioner Thomas. We will serve with Commissioner Walker in time, but these are very intelligent, well-read individuals, and they present their cases well, and I've enjoyed being on this committee more than any. And I'm the dumb one of the bunch, and they leave me alone, lead me in the right direction, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Murray. This time, Mayor Jennings, speak on the piece of paper put in front of you about the school board issue.
Yeah, let me bring up about the school board issue. I got a call this morning from Senator Beavers, and then a follow-up email, and I think you got it today, and then I distributed the copy tonight. There is some question, at least as relayed to me, that whether or not the law would allow us to appoint school board members should the size of the school board be expanded. They were suggesting an attorney general's opinion. They sent me the information, and I looked at it, and I sent back an email that I distributed a while ago. Two things. One of the cases cited in the legislative research is an old 1892 Supreme Court case that says you fill a vacancy, no matter how it's created, it's the county commissioner's responsibility to fill a vacancy. And then the second thing is we've actually seen that work in our own county. In 2007, the legislature passed a private act which said it created the judgeship for Division III of General Sessions, and we filled it. We've been the county commission. Filled that until the election in August of 2008. So there is precedent for doing that. So I sent that information back in this email and told them to feel free to share it with their legal staff. So that's where it is down there now. It was presented to me in case you wanted to modify it in any way tonight. I said I did not know, but I would bring it to your attention. I was told, we hear all this stuff about time and how they're rushing to get through, which they are, and how things are condensed. I was told tonight if we got something down there, if we made any changes, if we got it down there this week, it would be okay, not to go much past this week. So the one that's down there now is there. There's a question in their mind about whether or not we can fill the vacancy. In my mind, I don't think there's any question. I think clearly we can if they adopt the private act and send it back to us and we adopt it. But again, it has to come out down there.
Commissioner, have a comment?
Mike, if I'm not totally mistaken, what we sent down there was not appointing school board members. It was just to extend from 5 to 7 members. We were not appointing anybody.
What we sent was a referendum, as I would call it, a referendum on it for the people to vote. And then if they passed it in the referendum in August, you would appoint the extra school board members until the next election. And that's where the issue is. They say they have some concern that we can't appoint. I don't share that same.
We weren't asking them that. We were asking for us to allow us to appoint those. We were only asking them to allow us to extend the school board from 5 to 7 members, not appointing those members.
It was part of the resolution that we would increase it from 5 to 9, and then at that time, we would appoint those members after we redistricted the county. So that was a part of the resolution. That's what's in question. Mayor Jennings says, that if they pass it, he doesn't see in his opinion that there's an issue with us appointing those people. So.
That's what I'm sure, well, they may, you know, say he's just a county attorney, we don't have to pay any attention. That's fine.
Any other questions for Mayor Jennings? Seeing none at this time, we will hold a public hearing on Resolution 14-3-11, containing amendments to the Wilson County zoning ordinance. Do I hear a motion to go to recess?
So moved.
Second? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. At this time, Tom Bashir, the Wilson County Planning Officer, will answer anyone from the audience that wishes to speak on our zoning ordinance at this time. Anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this ordinance, please step to the microphone, state your name and address. Yes.
Yeah, but let me say something too before you do that. These things got stapled together in the package, and so there are actually two amendments. One is about the cell towers and the telecommunications policy. The other one is about litigation in the board zoning field. So the last page of what is there is actually should be a separate resolution. You've got two zoning resolutions to pass tonight after the public hearing.
We'll start back. Anyone in the audience wishing to speak for or against these amendments to the Wilson County zoning ordinance, please step to the microphone in the back, state your name and address for the record, and please keep your comments brief. Mr. Tom Bashir, the planning director, will address you.
Hi, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. My name is James Young, 792 Trousdale Ferry Pike. It's over here by the radio station. I support the efforts so far for the cell towers, the changes, but nothing in there guarantees that they're going to be torn down. If a small company builds a tower and goes out of business and they no longer need it, there's no money anywhere to tear it down. We don't want the county to pay for it. The property owner certainly won't pay for it. I'm just suggesting a bond or some sort of insurance purchased by the cell company towers, or the cell tower companies, to make sure it's torn down even if they're completely out of the picture when it's no longer in use. Maybe a bond, insurance, escrow, something like that. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing none, do I hear a motion to go back in session? Second? Second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Mr. Sheriff, it's all yours.
Speaking County Commission, the First Amendment has to do with adopting into the zoning ordinance the official policy under which we have operated over the past 15 to 18 years since the implementation of the Federal 1996 Telecommunications Act. I did add some additional policy statements into this that would be, again, added into the zoning resolution in the appropriate place under Article 3, general provisions. Those include providing survey distance to residences on adjoining property, providing visual assessment by balloon with photo imagery of what the structure would look like from no less than 2 prominent off-site vantage points on the north, south, east, and west, to provide a map of those locations for reference as well, providing language confirming tower structures will be removed if no longer in active use for telecommunications purposes or other viable uses as accepted by the Board of Zoning Appeals at the tower owner's expense. I have had a request by Mr. Bradshaw for an amendment to that clause. You'll have to make the motion, but he was wondering if we could add to the language, said removal would be required no later than 12 months after active use has ceased. You might also wish to add that some surety must be posted for the removal of that structure, but that being said, that could be 20 or 30 years down the road, we'd be holding a surety. So if that's something that y'all want to do, I might suggest you defer this for a month so we can take it back to planning and zoning committee and discuss, hash out how we would do that. The other item, and I'm responding directly to what was brought up in the public hearing there. That was the recommendation as brought forward by the Planning Commission, which you must consider by state law. The Planning and Zoning Committee also added a clause that states as follows: in an effort to encompass potential hazards of a tower collapse through such forces as wind shear or tornado, a utility lot that encompasses 1.5 times the total height
of any proposed tower must be created by subdivision plat using the provision for an unmanned utility lot prior to site plan approval. I would also propose, in thinking about it further, since the Planning and Zoning Committee implemented that recommendation to this board, an additional regulation that says if certain regulations in the Wilson County zoning resolution are found to imply different requirements or standards regarding telecommunications facilities, the stricter or more stringent of the regulations would apply. Basically what that's after is there's a small clause in the unmanned utility section that says that the unmanned utility lot are only 2,000 square feet. But if you follow that fall zone radius that the Planning and Zoning Committee issues, you're talking about a 5 or 6 acre tract in most cases.
We need to adopt that into it.
Mr. Bradshaw?
I'm supportive of Mr. Bradshaw's idea and of the adding the language about the stricter of the provisions applying. But it would take a motion of the county commission from board of commissioners to make that happen.
I move.
Second.
Motion on item G pertaining to the tower sits there a year, to add in that state law notwithstanding inactive for a period of 1 calendar year. And at that point, the tower will be removed, and we need to talk about the surety or the insurance, and maybe you want to defer that. But I would like a time frame in there of 1 calendar year, and I've talked with Tom, and he feels comfortable with that.
I am comfortable with that.
And to add on that, with telecommunications and all that we're absorbed with today, in 10 years, cell towers will not even be there. So we need some kind of insurance security that they're no longer being used for whatever they're dismantled and taken back.
On you to consider the other requests that I had about in relation to the Planning and Zoning Committee's addition, which says if certain regulations are in conflict or different.
Yes, sir. Whatever you just said, I'll add that to mine.
You make a motion to amend to add those things in?
Yes, sir.
I've got a second already on all of it. Any other discussion? Commissioner Rich?
Go ahead and vote on his.
Okay. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Record reflected unanimous. Okay. Now ready to vote on the resolution itself, 14-3-11. Commissioner Rich?
Make a motion to defer this, we'll see everything in writing, if there's too much added on, and it's too much just, I'd rather see it all in writing.
And to look at the insurance, what they just spoke about.
Okay. Now the motion to defer in second.
One meeting.
One meeting. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
The other item needs I guess a resolution number signed.
14-3-12.
14-3-12. And what this does is add to the Article 6, Section 4.0 in the zoning resolution of the board, regarding the Board of Zoning Appeals and their powers. And what it says in brief is that the Board of Zoning Appeals will not take action on the Board of Zoning Appeals application where applicants or applicants' representatives have named Wilson County government, the Wilson County Commission, the Wilson County Board of Zoning Appeals, or any other branch of Wilson County government as defendant in pending litigation related to their respective application to the Board of Zoning Appeals. With direction of the county attorney, the board may take action that results in settling of any pending litigation.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Got one no. Anything else, no?
I'd like to thank you for humoring me. I know it's been a late night. I see some new members that I haven't met yet. My office is in the basement where all the players should be. It's in the bomb shelter. Come see me sometime. And beyond that, ad hoc committee, I applaud y'all's efforts on putting the ad hoc legislative committee. My only request would be that you started earlier in the legislative cycle, because by the time I was able to get some information to you guys, they'd already passed the bill.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'd like to change the school board members from 9 to 7 members. Once we send it back down to the state about what we're going to do and how we're going to change things, I would like to make a motion, if I could, to change the school board members from 9 back to 7 members.
Second.
A motion and second, is that possible?
Yeah, that was the purpose of the call this morning, was for me to bring this to you and say, if you want any changes, make them now. This is not a change they thought they wanted us to make, it's still a change.
Is that something they felt they were leaning toward?
I can't say that officially, but unofficially, I felt that it might have had some weighting on it. And that's the reason why I thought, well, maybe if it'll help move things right along, and we'll be able to change the school board members from the 9 back to the 7, and maybe it'll hurry up and get us some Attorney General answers.
Mr. Thomas?
Will these be voted on by the people, not appointed by us, even from the beginning, but will they be voted on by the people?
Attorney General make that big.
Now, we can change it.
What I understood, but I don't have it in front of me, I thought what we voted last time was to send a resolution, was to send it to the referendum as to whether or not we wanted to expand the school board, okay? If the people voted to expand the school board, then you would appoint the members until the next regular election. And then they would be elected. Is that what it was? Exactly.
That was, and I tried to clarify and make sure at the beginning that it would be an elected position and not be chosen by this body, and I think quite a few people did too.
It will be an elected position, Clint.
No, you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I mean elected by the people from the get-go, not.
That's not the way we said it.
Okay, well, that's what I clarified in the first vote. If you go back and look, that's what I tried to clarify in the first vote. That's why I voted for it. If I'd have known that we were going to appoint them, I'd have never voted yes.
Mr. Flanagan?
And I think the big sticking point really was when we expanded it, you know, 1 or 2 of those people were gonna get appointed for 4 years, because their position weren't gonna come elected until 2018, and the other weren't gonna be elected until 2016, so they're gonna be in there 2 years. That's right. I mean, that's really the big sticking point, so I think really we need to set like a special election or whatever,
Well, that's
6 months or so of us approving.
If I understand, I don't, not to call his name, but I don't know, Jack Crowder is running in 2 years, is that not correct? 2016. So at that time, you still got the school board staggered. We could offer those 2 people in 2016 that have to run if we're able to appoint.
They can be there for 2 years.
Well,
Motion on the floor and a second. Motion on the floor.
They have to call the school first time they know.
But we can call a special election.
$100,000.
Much money.
Well, we can do it at the same time as Lebanon's having their sales tax.
Motion on the floor and a second. We've had discussion. We're ready to vote on whether you want to reduce the members from 9 to 7 on the private act. All in favor say aye. Aye. And opposed? No. Raise your hand if you're no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Resolution passes.
Thank you.
Any other stuff to come before this body?
Thank you.
Who sent any,
5. Got 5.
who sent any info with Mike?
McGinnis.
I will in the morning.